Welcome back to the 90 Podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the Champions League win, lose or draw. We're going to be predicting every match day one game in this edition. Win, lose or draw. Now on Tuesday, AC Milan takes on Newcastle. It's at the San Siro, a difficult game for Newcastle. They're just coming back to the UEFA Champions League in a very long time. Now AC Milan obviously are champions, giants, they're big boys in this competition. But I think Newcastle are in a much better place to win this game. They're in a much better place to pick up 3 points at the San Siro than actually AC Milan. So I'm going to say Newcastle 1, AC Milan 1. I'm going to go with a draw. This one's going to be a draw. AC Milan draw Newcastle at the San Siro. And why I've gone with this one, I don't think AC Milan are really in quality form. They've brought in some good players. I like the idea of this scattergun approach. They brought in around 6-7 signings, but I don't think they've found their best 11 yet. They were smashed by Inter Milan at the San Siro over the weekend. Newcastle are a quality side. I don't see them lose to AC Milan on match day 1. So it's a draw for me. AC Milan 1, Newcastle 1. On match day 1, still on Tuesday, Young Boys Bern will be taking on RB Leipzig. Leipzig are a quality side. They're on fire as well. In Germany, I'm going to back RB Leipzig to win this game. 3-0, a win for RB Leipzig. If you think about the Champions League, Leipzig are one of the underdogs. There's some of those dark horses actually. Not underdogs, but dark horses. They could go to the quarterfinals. They could go as far as the round of 16. I really back them in this game. RB Leipzig 3-0. Young Boys Bern, although they're away from home, it's a win for RB Leipzig. Barcelona at home will be taking on Royal Antwerp from Belgium. Now, Barca really don't consider a lot of goals, but they do score a lot of goals. In their recent game against Real Betis, Barca have scored 5 goals in that one in this weekend. And we're gonna go, it's an easy win for Barca. If they want to top their group, if they want to go out of the UCL group and not drop into the Europa League, this is the game they've got to win. So Barca 4-0 Antwerp, and I'm going to say a sure win for FC Barcelona. Feyenoord take on Celtic as well in the UEFA Champions League match day 1 fixtures on Tuesday. Feyenoord in the Netherlands, I'm not really convinced by their form at home. I'm not really convinced that they are such a quality side, but Celtic, they don't have that kind of quality competition in Scotland, and I expect them to really struggle against some good sides in the UEFA Champions League. They have never given us that kind of quality you want a team like Celtic to actually give you. But Feyenoord as well, I don't see them being any much better than Celtic, so I'm going to go with a draw in this game. Feyenoord 1, Celtic 1. Lazio will be taking on Atletico Madrid in Italy. Lazio are making it to the UEFA Champions League after a very long time without playing in the competition. Atletico Madrid have always been in this competition. They've always been the big boys, one of the big boys in the competition. They played a couple of finals in the last 10 years, and you expect them to be comfortable against a team like Lazio. Now, it will be a tight game. It's gonna be a low-scoring game in my opinion. Maybe one team could win it 1-2 and probably a 1-0 draw. I'm going to back Atletico Madrid here. I'm going to go Atletico Madrid 2-1 Lazio. A sure win for Atletico Madrid. They know this competition, they know the group stages, and they always qualify through. There are times when they have actually struggled, but I still think the group they are in, they will definitely go through. Manchester City take on Sociedad. This one is a no-brainer at the Etihad Stadium. I don't think Manchester City are really gonna struggle in this game. It's a walk in the park for Man City. Now, City are unbeaten in the Premier League. They're scoring goals for fun. They're defending very well. And I think Sociedad are going to find a nightmare in playing Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium on match day 1. 5-0 is my prediction. A sure win for Manchester City. I don't see a lifeline for Sociedad in this game. It's going to be Manchester City 5-0 Sociedad. PSG will take on Borussia Dortmund in what you would say the clash of the day on Tuesday. Paris Saint-Germain at the Parc des Princes. They have not been a side that I really am afraid of. Borussia Dortmund as well, we know they have defensive issues. We know they're not the quality side that they were 2012, 2011, 2013. They're no longer that quality side. But what I like about Dortmund is they always turn up in the group stages of the UEFA Champions League. After that, they disappear. They simply vanish. But in the UEFA Champions League group stages, Dortmund absolutely always turn up. So PSG 3-2 Dortmund. Kylian Mbappe will score 2 goals in this game. I'm going to say a win or draw in this one. If you're gonna go for betting, it's a win for PSG or a draw. I don't see Dortmund go to the Parc des Princes and pick up 3 points. I mean, it would be marvelous. It would be very good. I just don't see it happen. I just don't see Dortmund at that level yet. So PSG 3, Dortmund 2, I'm going to go with a win for Paris Saint-Germain. Shakhtar Donetsk in another very interesting fixture on Tuesday will be taking on FC Porto. Porto are a quality side. Now, when it comes to teams that know the UEFA Champions League, they have pedigree, they have that kind of history, and they know the roads very well in the UCL. It is Porto. You could turn off the lights and they will still drive through the streets of the UEFA Champions League. Porto 3, Shakhtar 1. Although Porto away from home, I'm going to back them. I just don't see, Shakhtar really putting a good shift against them. It will be an entertaining game if anyone is to watch it. I'll definitely not be watching this one, but it will be an interesting game. It will be a very, very interesting one. So I'm going to go Shakhtar 1, 3, FC Porto on Tuesday. That is the last game on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we begin off with Galatasaray versus Copenhagen. A very balanced game. Galatasaray in Turkey, they have for me, they have got the quality to put this game to bed, right? It's one of those games where you just have to pick up your 3 points. Not an easy one, but it's one where the opponent has no right to beat you. So Galatasaray should beat Copenhagen very, very comfortably at home by 3-1. Easy game for me, easy fixture. If they don't win this one, I don't know which game they will actually win. Galatasaray. Real Madrid as well be taking on Union Berlin on Wednesday, and they are at home. Real Madrid. Union Berlin had a very good campaign last campaign, and that's why they are in the UEFA Champions League. But I think the requirements and the prerequisites for you to play in this competition, as well as playing at home, are very, very high. I think the expectations for Union Berlin are very, very low, and the demands are very high. I just don't see them cope up with the best of Europe. Going to the Santiago Bernabeu, picking up 3 points, probably, or even picking up a point. It will be a miracle dream start. So Madrid 2-0 Union Berlin. My problem with Real Madrid is they're winning games very uncomfortably and very unconvincing. So you look at that 2-1 win against Real Sociedad, and you look at the games they're winning in the 95th minute, there is something lacking. There is something that is not actually clicking with this Real Madrid side. But with all the capital they have, with all the resources they have, they should be able to fuel away Union Berlin. Arsenal take on PSV at the Emirates Stadium. It's a win for Arsenal, first and foremost. I think PSV are a quality side. PSV are much better than any other side that Arsenal played this season in the Premier League. Arsenal are in good form. Mikel Arteta is on good fire. He's actually exchanging players. He's actually doing all the good stuff a manager should be doing. And I think this game is going to bring out tactical brilliance of a manager like Mikel Arteta. He's going to be playing against a side that don't sit back. PSV will bring football to Arsenal. They will bring the football to Arsenal. They'll try to attack. They'll try to open up spaces. Can Arsenal withstand the pressure and then reciprocate on the other end? I think Arsenal have got the minerals to do that. Arsenal 2, PSV 1. That is my prediction. Bayern take on Manchester United. The shocker is coming. They're at the Allianz Arena, and their last game there, they played Bayer Leverkusen, and it ended in a 2-2 with Bayer Leverkusen equalizing in the 94th minute later in the game. Bayern Munich under Thomas Tuchel are not inspiring, and they're not the team that you really think are going to be putting in a very good shift, or even giving you those kind of goosebumps that we've seen from Bayern before. So I'm going to go Man United 2, Bayern 1. Yes, you know it. I'm just going to shock Bayern. I think they will shock Bayern. Man United need a lifeline. They need to bounce back, and this could be a game that no one expects them to get a result, and they could actually get a result. Definitely. I'm serious. Man United 2, Bayern 1. That is my prediction. They will shock Bayern. Benfica take on Salzburg from Austria. I think this is a very, very balanced game as well. Salzburg are now regulars in the UEFA Champions League, and all we know about them is they bring that kind of quality young talent. Benfica, on the other side, are always known for being very, very serious in the group stages, and they also bring quality young talent. It could be a draw, this one, but Benfica, they don't mess about. They don't mess about in the Champions League, these guys. They are horrific. They are absolutely deadly. Dangerous. So I'm going to go Benfica 3, Salzburg 2. It will be a high-scoring game. Both clubs really love to open up. Both clubs really love to give it a go. Why don't we go Benfica 3, Salzburg 2? Another shocker, Braga take on Napoli. I'm predicting another shocker in the Champions League in this match day 1. Braga from Portugal are not the best Portugal has to provide. So they could give you Sporting Lisbon, they could give you Benfica, they could give you Porto. Those are the creme de la creme for Portugal. But I think Braga are this kind of side that will do their business, and they'll find themselves in the UEFA Champions League somehow with their mean. Napoli are not the Napoli for last season. They have lost Spalletti as manager, and I think it will take them time to adjust to the new mechanism and the instructions and demands and, you know, whatever techniques the new manager is trying to employ in the side. I've looked at Kavica Kvaratskhelia, I've looked at Victor Osimhen. They're still very good. The likes of Politano, they're still very good, but they're not at the level they were at last campaign. And probably winning the title has taken a toll out of them as well. So I'm going to say Braga 2-1 Napoli. They will lose this game, but they will actually go through the group stages. There's no question about that. But I just don't see them as the active Napoli during this beginning of the season. I just don't see them as active and good as they were last campaign. Real Sociedad take on Inter Milan. This is my game of the Wednesday UEFA Champions League fixtures, and I'll be watching it very, very well. Real Sociedad, quality. Inter Milan, quality. Inter Milan represent pedigree in this competition, and Real Sociedad represent jeopardy in this competition. When I talk about jeopardy, I mean teams that will beat you. No one expects them to beat you. They have no right to beat you. They have no right to get a result against Inter Milan, but they will get it. Watch out. So Real Sociedad 2 Inter Milan. That is my prediction. It will be a draw. Inter will score early. Real Sociedad will equalize. They'll get a second, and Inter Milan will scamper for an equalizer. So I'm going for 2-2, and I think it's a well-balanced game. It defines the UEFA Champions League. Pedigree, quality, jeopardy. It's everything, every ingredient you want in a UCL game is in this game. And finally, Sevilla take on FC Lens from France. Sevilla from Spain. Sevilla have not started very well, and they always don't start very well. They don't start their seasons very well. Will Sevilla top the group? Most probably. I think Arsenal will come second in this group and Sevilla will actually top it. But in this game, Lens are really struggling. And for them to adjust from the everyday or just the weekend to playing every 3 days, it's going to be too demanding of them. It's going to be very, very demanding of them. I think Sevilla will win this game 3-0. Sevilla are going to have an easy run in this one. So match day 1 predictions, I've gone with that win, lose or draw, and those are my thoughts about each and every fixture and each and every opponent in match day 1. I'll speak to you right in the next one.